It's kind of ghetto that y'all can hear the air fryer going in the background, but I'm hungry, so. But one thing about me, I might cry over a nigga, but trust and believe, I'm gonna do me.
Go to the Drake. What else are they gonna play? It's live and niggas won't take. Hey, I'm having my way. Said I ain't having this way. Say I ain't having this way.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Jetta Jaye, and I'm back with another story time for y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. My socials are in the description. Make sure y'all follow me. Check out my TikTok. Check out my Twitter and follow me on there as well. I'm trying to be more active on there. So, yeah. Let's get into the story time. Alright, so I hope today's story time isn't short, but I wanted to tell it because it had to do with Christmas. And, you know, we're in the season per the background. And I got my red Solo cup with the margarita in it. I just got off work like 30 minutes ago, so yeah. And that's a little ASMR for y'all, but... And yes, I'm drinking out of a red Solo cup because who's doing the dishes if they don't have to? Everything's plastic, paper, and I have the real stuff too, but yeah, it's always gonna be paper, plastic before I use anything real. So yeah, y'all, as y'all can see by the title, today is going to be a story time about, well, I don't know what I'm going to title this yet, actually, because there's a couple of different titles it could be, but we're going to go ahead and get into the story, and y'all know I'm going to take y'all kind of back to the beginning. I don't remember everything leading up to it, but, like, I remember the moment. So let's bring it all the way back to, like, I feel like this was my junior year of high school when I first saw this boy. So we're gonna name him Chucky, and I don't really want to describe Chucky too much because he's kind of unique looking, and if I start describing him, people are gonna know who he is, even though I don't care, but still. So we're gonna call him Chucky, and he was light skinned. Y'all, I feel like I say that every story, but like light skins really had me in a fucking chokehold, like bad. I'm not into that no more. But yeah, they had me in a chokehold for a little minute. So yes, he was light skinned, and I saw him my junior year of high school. Like I said, I used to stay at my dad's house a lot, like over the summer, because my grandparents' house was lame, and like all the people my age were like in this neighborhood, in this area. I don't want to say what it was or where it was, because then y'all might put two and two together too. So, because I know some people from my hometown be watching these videos, but still. So yes, y'all, I saw him. It was like love at first sight for me because I saw him like literally, I was looking out the window like just randomly one day at my dad's house, and I saw this light-skinned boy like literally walking down the street like right in front of the window, and he was fine, y'all. Nowadays, I don't think he's fine, like, at all. But back then, like I said, he's unique looking. So, like, I like people who look like something like... People laugh when I say this, but I'm so serious. Like, I like people who look like something. Like, I don't know if it's, like, an alien or an animal, but, like... That sounds bad, but seriously, I just like somebody who looks like something. Like, I like unique features. So, yeah. I feel like there's so much noise in the background, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, my neighbor's dogs are so fucking annoying, and everybody talks so loud here. Like, I can't wait to move. So back to the story. So yeah, I saw him one day, and he was like outside the window walking down the street, and I literally never saw this boy. No, I don't want to say I never saw him, because obviously I did. But I didn't see him again for a while. Like, I literally didn't see him until my senior year. Like, I didn't know his name or nothing. Like, I just knew this unique looking boy, Chucky, even though I didn't know his name was Chucky at the time, is like, he's just fine. Like, I don't know who he is or where he's at, but he was cute. So not no more, y'all. So yeah, the next time I saw him was my senior year of high school. So I want to say this was the summer. So me and my friends at the time, my two friends, I don't know how we ended up like picking him up. I want to say we smoked, because my senior year was the first time like I ever drank, like went to a party for real. Like, yeah, I was very sheltered, y'all. I didn't do anything. So my senior year was like me having a good time, even though I don't do the most. Like, I don't need to do all that. I don't know. But yeah, my senior year, I was drinking, not really a lot. And then I remember I had smoked before at my friend's birthday party. But like we barely, like I literally choked half to death trying to smoke. And I never smoked again after that until like years later. So I need to stop saying never. So yeah, I want to say that like my senior year, me and my friends, we used to be together every single weekend. Like every single weekend I was with the same two people. Actually, I was with the same 2 or 3 people, but like yeah, every weekend I was gone. I told y'all, my home life, too sheltered, too boring. I gotta go. So as soon as I got older and like started having those, rebellious thoughts, I was gone. So yeah, so somehow, some way, me and my 2 friends ended up picking up this boy, Chucky. We ended up picking him up and like dropping him off somewhere. I want to say we were trying to buy something from him, which y'all need to stop doing that. Like, stop pretending you're the plug if you're really not the plug. Like, I know somebody else has been through this. Like, you'll post somewhere your story or something asking about gas, and somebody will reply and be like, yeah, I got it. And then you pull up on them and you got to take them up the block to get the shit. Plus, they want you to go take them to get a Relo before you take them back home. Like, if you're not the plug, don't act like the plug, please. Like, that is so stupid. Don't nobody want to come get you and take you up the block for you to try to get it from another nigga and give it to me. Like, stop doing that. So I really think that's what happened, because I remember we had him in the car, like driving around with him. We went to his house, we drove around, and then we came back. Yeah, we definitely were trying to smoke or something. So after that, like when I saw him get in the car, y'all, I was just like, cause like I told y'all, I never knew this boy's name. So when I saw him again, like when he came down to get in the car, I was like, whoa, like this is really the love of my life. Like I saw him out the window and now he's randomly like getting in my friend's car. Hey, I don't know. He wasn't my soulmate at all, but that's what I was thinking. Oh, I forgot to say something about my hair, y'all. Like, how are y'all feeling about the hair? I tried to pin it back into a style. I tried to crimp this hair. Like, I went to Marshall's and they have crimpers, like this huge 3-barrel crimper for, I think it was like $16 on clearance. So I've never crimped my hair before, so this is my first attempt. I don't think it looks bad, but I think this is just the wrong hair to do it with. But I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Well, y'all never let me know what you think, but if you really care, let me know what you think in the comments about the crimp style. I do like, y'all seen this wig before, like the highlights, the pink and blonde. I'm starting to like this wig a little bit more, but the crimps, I don't know. So when he got in the car, like he talked a little bit, like he said hey when he got in the car, but he wasn't super talkative. But I'm just thinking it's because you're in the car with, people you don't really know. I think he only knew my friend who was like in the passenger. So I don't know. I can't remember the entire details, but I just know I saw him again with them and he got in the car with us. We took him somewhere and we brought him back. And so like literally I was sitting in the back and he was in the back, like on the driver's side. And the whole time I was just like, I fuck with him. I want to fuck with him. So I'm not saying nothing though, y'all. Like I'm not shy, but I like to just sit back and like observe people before I really like start talking to you. And a lot of times I might feel the vibe and feel like I don't want to talk to you. So I'm just back there like just chilling. Like he's on his phone and shit. And then once we drop him back off, like I'm pretty sure he either went into somebody's house or he went into a store. We sat there and then he came back out and we took him home. And once he got out the car and was like walking up to his apartment, I was telling my friend like, he's fine. Like, who is he? Like, I've seen him before, but I don't know who he is. Turns out he goes to high school with her. And she's like, oh, that's Chucky. Like, he's real cool. He's a real sweet dude. Like, you should try to fuck with him. And I'm like, oh, I was already going to do that. Yeah, I was going to do that anyway because that's just how I am. So I'm like, yeah, don't worry about that. Like, I was already thinking about that, but what's his information? So I feel like I got his Snapchat or either he asked her for mine, but I want to say I probably got his. But, like, I never Snapchatted him. Like, I just, I don't know. I be wanting a nigga to shoot they shot. Like, if I have already added you, like, I kind of shot my shot already. So if you don't say anything to me, you must think I'm ugly. You must not want to fuck with me. That's all I'm thinking in my head. Like, the wheels are turning. If you don't say anything to me within 24 hours, you don't fuck with me. You don't fuck with me. So yeah, after I saw him again, like, I really didn't see this man again for another like 2 years. I feel like we were going back and forth on Snapchat a little bit, like just sliding up on each other's shit and like putting a heart or like the heart eyes smiley. But other than that, it wasn't no communication for real. So now we're going to fast forward into, this was, I want to say 2018. I want to say this 2018 because me and my ex broke up like my sophomore or junior year. I want to say sophomore year of college. Wait, no, it couldn't be 2018 then, can it? Yes, I want to say this was 2017. It had to be 2017. So, I don't know, y'all, but I graduated in 2000. We're not going to do all that math. Just know this was in college, and this was one of the winter breaks of, like, my college years. Okay? So, me and my ex had just broke up, and I don't know. I really wasn't trying to mess with nobody because this was, like, somebody I had a lot of firsts with. So I wasn't really interested in messing with nobody else for real. Like, I would talk to people just to talk to people, just to feel like I'm moving on. But it wasn't really hitting on nothing. And I never really cared about these people because in the back of my mind, I'm like, y'all just not him. Like, y'all just not him. So yeah, this was winter break. And like I told y'all, 2019, that summer is when I really started smoking, like knowing how to roll and all that stuff. But like in this year, 2017, 2018, I had probably smoked like 2 puffs of a, I shouldn't say that. I smoked 2 puffs of that and then I was done. Like I told you, I almost choked to death at a birthday party. So I wasn't really into that, but like when I would go home every now and then, like I would smoke like over the summer or like over my breaks. Yeah, this was Christmas Eve and we decided, me and my sister, we were both at my dad's house and we decided we were going to go to our cousin's house because he only lived like 2 or 3 blocks away. We decided we were going to go to our cousin's house and smoke. So, and just hang out, like, because it was boring at the house and he's fun. He always makes something a good time. So we wanted to go over there. So we drove my car and we went over to his house. And of course, my cousin and my sister were already smokers. Like, I never really was into the smoking scene. Like, I don't know. I really didn't get into the smoking scene until I got my heart broke. Whole different story. I might not ever tell that story. But yeah, I wasn't a smoker until then. Like, smoking was kind of an outlet for me. And that's why I really feel like now I'm getting out of wanting to smoke because I'm not heartbroken no more. And although I do enjoy the feeling of like being, you know, it's not really doing anything for me. It's not benefiting me. And not to say like it slowed me down or anything like that. It really hasn't. But I'm just bored with it. Like, there's just no point. Like, I have fun on my own. I don't really need it. I don't need my feelings to be numb. Like, I don't know. That's just how I've been feeling. But this isn't a fucking therapy session. So let me get back to the story. So yeah, we decided to go smoke. And like at this time, it was probably, I don't know. I want to say it was late. I feel like this was late. Like, it was at least like, not late, but it was like 8 or 9. So I got so high with them, like to the point I couldn't drive home because like I told you, I don't smoke. So I'm not getting ready to get in a vehicle under the influence and I don't even really smoke like that. And I have my sister with me. Like, I'm never trying to be the one responsible for nobody's life unless I'm completely sober. Like, I just don't do that. Like, I don't even drink and like drive. Like, I won't drive myself somewhere if I know that I'm getting ready to get drunk. Like, I just, especially if somebody's gonna be with me, no, I feel like I have to be completely sober. I have to take care of everybody around me. Like, I don't know if that's the cancer in me, but I cannot do that. But I was like really, really high. So I ended up calling my ex. Like, we had just broken up, like, probably that April, that May. Like, I want to say, like, when I came back home, like, he helped me move back home. And then after that, we stopped fucking with each other. So I called him and I'm like, hey, like, can you please take me and my sister home? Because he literally lived up the street, too. Like, he was 2 blocks away from my cousin, and my dad's, like, 4 blocks away from him. So I'm like, hey, can you come take me and my sister home, because like I'm high and I cannot drive us home and we need to go home, like tomorrow's Christmas. So he was like, oh my gosh, like you really can't drive, like you're so annoying. Y'all, he was so rude. So I'm like, no, I really can't drive. I'm like, you're the only person I know over here. Can you please just come get us and just take us home? Like, it's up the street. Don't be an asshole. So really, I just wanted to see him, and we could have stayed at my cousin's house and went back in the morning, but I wanted my ex to come see me and come get me. The fuck? I wanted to see if he still cared a little bit, and he did. Barely. So he comes and gets us. First of all, he took so long that me and my sister ended up falling asleep in my cousin's bed. And then he was like blowing my phone up once he got there. And he was like, come on, like you're taking too long. Hurry up so I can take y'all home. So we go downstairs and he got an attitude. I'm going to skip past that. Yeah. And he takes us, like I said, 2-3 blocks up. And he drops us off at my dad's house. First of all, I make my sister get out the car. Like, go ahead and go in. You tired? Go ahead. Because she was asleep in the back and stuff. I'm like, in 2 blocks. I'm like, go ahead and go in the house. Like, you're tired. So she goes in the house and like, I'm just sitting here talking to my ex-boyfriend. I'm like, I love you. Like, we need to get back together. Like, I can't believe you hurt me. Yeah. Like, just crying. Like, y'all, I'm bawling my eyes out. So embarrassing, so sick, so pathetic. But I'm bawling my eyes out like, oh, like, I really love you. Like, for real. Like, and he's just looking at me like, so then I remember this song that was playing in the background. Like, it was an A$AP Rocky song. And it was just like, I never want to listen to this song again because it was just so sad. But he was just like, no, like, get out the car. You're doing crazy shit. Like, you're getting high and stuff now. Because I told you I didn't smoke. He's like, you're just doing weird shit. Mind you, he's calling me weird, but this nigga smokes too. And he's calling me weird because I was calling him a crackhead and shit when I first found out he was smoking. I was calling him all types of crackhead. Like, I just literally thought smoking was the worst thing in the world. Like, you're sick. He's like, you're just doing weird shit. Like, get the fuck out. Get out the car. I'm getting ready to go to a party. He didn't give a fuck. So I turned around and didn't give a fuck. But I'm getting ahead of myself. But while we were in the car or whatever, while I'm in the midst of crying, this nigga just like kisses me out of nowhere. Like, just passionately kisses me. And then he's like, get out. So I'm like, you're playing with me. I'm like, no, I'm not getting out. Like, when I tell you I sat in that car for like 10 minutes, like, that's a long time. I sat in that car and would not leave. Like, I was not getting out the car. But finally, I was just like, nigga, fuck you. And I got out the car. Like, I'm not going to keep sitting here crying if you don't care. Bye. So I got out the car and I went in the house and I went the fuck to sleep. I'm pretty sure I did text him, cussing him out and telling him, like, his friends in a party are more important than me and, like, he's a piece of shit and all this stuff. But, yeah, we're not going to talk about that. We're talking about the story time at hand. So, let me not say I went straight to sleep because that night, I decided I'm going to hit up Chucky because, wait, nigga, you're lame. Watch, let me show you something. So, I hit up Chucky and I'm just like, hey, what's up? Like, and we're talking, but I did fall asleep eventually. So then that next morning, I woke up early because I could barely sleep because I'm just thinking about how my ex just did me dirty and like just kicked me out the car to go to a fucking party. So I'm texting him or whatever and he's like, you want to smoke or whatever? You want to match? So I'm like, yeah, sure. Knowing I barely fucking smoke. So I tell him, yeah, let's match. So he comes. And he didn't live that far either, but he drives to my dad's house. And then he tells me, like, I'm outside. So at this point, nobody's really up besides my sister. And then everybody's getting ready to be on the way. So I'm just up doing stupid shit. So yeah, I get up and he tells me that he's outside. So I leave and I go outside and he's standing outside. First of all, don't do that. Like, I was just Snapchatting you to like just be spiteful and hang out with somebody because my ex ain't shit. Don't be standing out here so everybody can see you. I want to tell him, not nobody else. And there was a lot of people our age out there who knew him and went to school with him. Stop. So I'm like, hey. And he's like, hey, can we get in your car and smoke? Like, I can't smoke in this car. So it's not your car. Now, at this time, I wasn't like grown. So I wasn't that hard on niggas who didn't have their own vehicle and stuff, because when I was with my ex, like, I'm the one who taught him how to drive. So I know a lot of people aren't like as privileged as I was like growing up. So I wasn't really one to judge. But now that we're grown and we're all getting our own money, quit playing. So he's like, can we get in your car? And I'm like, okay. I didn't really like people smoking in my car because my grandma would get in there. She has like this really like strong sense of smell. And she's just really irritating about smelling gas in the car. So I'm just like, okay, I guess I'll just fucking drive home with the windows down. So next time she gets in my car, she won't smell anything. So I'm like, yeah, let's get in my car. So we get in my car and he already has one rolled. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have any. Because mind y'all, the last time I saw him, he was a fake plug. So I'm thinking you're going to bring me something like, hello? Or I'm thinking you're going to bring a little bit extra so that like, I don't know, because you smoke. So I'm just thinking you're going to bring a little bit extra that I can probably buy from you, like to make one. So yeah, he didn't have any. And I don't really think he sold for real. I think he just wanted to see certain people when he said he does. Because we ended up again going to another nigga's house to pick it up. So no, actually he didn't have it rolled already, because I remember I drove crazy. I still drive crazy, but then I really drove crazy. And like, he was literally in the front seat trying to like roll up while I was driving. And he was like falling all over the place. He was falling all over the place. Like, the gas is falling all over the place. And I was like, don't spill that. Like, watch out. While I'm literally like whipping corners and like throwing him out of his seat. And I was like, you need to calm down. Like, don't get that everywhere for real. So yeah, we go everywhere. We're so close. Like, this is why I kind of miss where my dad used to live, but at the same time, it's ghetto up here. So yeah, this person wasn't very far. So I was like, okay, kind of strike two, because first of all, why are you in my car? Second of all, why didn't you bring enough for me to buy off you? And third, why do you have me going to some nigga's house to get something like that you should already have? Was that kind of is the same as two, but I'm gonna say three. My fingers are freaking popping. Sorry for the jump cut, y'all. My phone is always like out of storage. It's so annoying. I really can't wait till I get my camera this Christmas. Like, you don't even understand. So yeah, I gotta speed this up before I run out of storage. But so yes, we went up to this person's house. He finished before we got to the person's door, like rolling his up. He went up there, and then I told him like, I don't have any relos, and also I don't know how to roll. So thankfully he only used one of his, so he had another one, and he rolled up for me. And then we went back to, well, we were at my dad's house when he rolled up for me, and then we smoked. So mind y'all, the whole time I'm hanging out with this dude, like, we're not really saying anything. Like, when he first, like I said, he was like, can we get in your car? Like, we can't smoke in mine. I was like, okay. And then from there, it's pretty much like music playing because we're riding somewhere, and him like telling me the directions and me telling him not to spill shit. But like, there was really no conversation. Like, when me and my ex got together, or even before we got together and we were like friends, it was just a natural flow of conversation. Like, there was never an awkward moment. And with this dude, there was awkward moments, awkward silence, like a lot of awkward. Now, granted, you could say that's because, you know, like, I was still in love with my ex, but at the same time, no, this nigga was boring as fuck. No offense, Chucky, but yeah, you might be interesting for somebody else, but not for me. So, yeah, so we get back to my dad's house, and we're sitting out in the car, and we start smoking, and of course, the usual boring conversation comes up of music. So we started talking about what type of music we like and stuff like that. And he's like playing me different songs, and I'm playing him different songs that I like. at this time, and still at this time, I'm really not into the gangster hood rap. I'm sorry, I'm not. I like stuff that I can sing. Don't get me wrong, like if I go to a party, I love hearing that type of shit. But for me to just be sitting in the house or my car, I don't really want to hear that a lot. So I want something I can sing. I be thinking I'm fucking Mariah Carey, Beyonce, Alicia Keys type. I want to sing, like, yeah, fuck all that gangster shit. So he's showing me, and this is when Neat by Q Money had just come out, and he showed me that song, and I was like, yeah, this song's good. Like, I ended up downloading that song to my phone, but like other than that, we really weren't talking about anything. Like, we were literally just playing music and passing the blunt. That was it. Like, where's the conversation? And like, I was trying to talk about different stuff, like, you know, what are you interested in, like, oh, what do you want to do after school and stuff like that. But he was like a basketball player, so he was just talking about basketball and music. Like, that was it. It was cool, but at the same time, it's not nothing I would ever, like, I wouldn't hang out with you again. First of all, you came over here to smoke, and now you want to smoke in my car. I had to drive us to get the shit. Like, you're boring. I'm good. So after that, he got out the car and he went back into his car, and I had already made up in my head, like, I'm never talking to him again. I'm good. It wasn't nothing to write home about. So I went into the house, and I'm high. Like, I'm high. I don't smoke. And I'm stinking too. Like, I got straight out of the car. I tried to spray a little spritz on me, but girl, that's not doing it. Victoria smokes kush. But yeah, so I went in, and like everybody was looking at me, because at this point, oh, I forgot to say, when we were in the car, like family members and stuff were like walking past and going into the house. But I had really, really dark tinted windows, so like nobody could see that we were in there unless the windows were down. Thankfully, because I didn't want nobody to know I was out there with him. Like, no, my boy cousin didn't even know. Like, no, I don't know this man. Sorry to this man. So yeah, I went in the house, and I was like stinking, and so I went to the back, and I like took my coat off, and I changed my shirt to try to like minimize the smell. Came back out, everybody's still looking at me, knows I'm high. So we're opening up presents, blah, blah, blah. And I literally never talked to this boy again. Actually, no, I want to say we probably did talk a little bit that day, but like I said, I wasn't really interested. And then my sister ended up telling me some shit about him too. I'm not going to tell that business, but I don't do that. So yeah, so anyways, the next time, I don't want to say I never talked to him again, because I did talk to him again, because at one point, so this girl had messed with my ex while I was still like kind of talking to him, because like I told y'all, like we weren't in a relationship, but we would still act like we're in a relationship and keep talking and just being rude to each other and shit. Dumb. So when I found out he was talking to this girl from my friend at her school, I was like, what? So like this is years later, y'all. This is like 2017. No. Yeah, this is like 2017, 2018. So this was years later, y'all, when I'm talking to him again. Like, I'm talking about when I first got my apartment. So that was like early 2020. This girl, she had talked to my man, my ex-man, and was trying to act like she was in love with him and shit. Like, why are you falling in love with somebody else's nigga, first of all? Even though, granted, nobody knew we even were not even together, but still talking, because he never said shit about me. So, yeah. But yeah, she was messing with him and acting fake in love. So, when I found out that Chucky was messing with this girl in 2020 or end of 2019, early 2020, I was like, oh yeah, I'm finna talk to this nigga again. Like, what? Since you want to be fake in love with my nigga, I'm getting ready to snatch your nigga. I was petty. Don't be like me, y'all. So I hit him up, and I'm like, oh, hey, like, how have you been? And we're just talking back and forth and stuff. And I'm like, you know, I just got a new apartment. Like, you should come over, stuff like that. Like, yeah, he was trying to come over to my new apartment. And I remember I had posted, like, you know when you hold your keys up and you have, like, the boomerang? So I posted that boomerang, and he slid up and was like, what you on? Yeah. But I never linked with him because I just thought about how boring he was. And then also some other stuff happened, and I don't really want to say all that because I'm not ready for that step in my YouTube yet. I'm gonna tell y'all a whole bunch of shit, but like some shit, I don't know. But yeah, thank y'all for watching this video. This is the time I linked up with a nigga and he was boring, and then I tried to link up with him again out of spite, but he was so boring I didn't want to. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.
Go to the Drake. What else are they gonna